All right, hello everyone. Welcome back once again. I am Nicodemus Kane. Today is March the 18th of 2022. Today is definitely a Friday. Today we're going to be reading Psalm 119. This is going to be KAF. In the King James, it's CAPH. Where I've been getting my information on the letters, which is HebrewForChristians.com. It says KAF, KAF. It also says HAF, KHAF. The difference being that one of the symbols or one of the letters has a dot in it. If it has a dot in it, I think it said if it has a dot in it, you pronounce it as KAF. If it does not have a dot in it, it's HAF. So there you go. The word KAF means palm of the hand, and also what might be contained within the palm of the hand. I'm reading this straight from the website. The word spoon in Hebrew is the word KAF, which is a natural extension of the palm as a container. The gematria for the letter KAF is 20, the same value for the word yod, which is hand, and twice the value of the letter yod. KAF comes from a root word, shurish, meaning kafa. Okay, I don't. There's more to this website than I know, I'm sure. There's more to the language than I know, I'm sure. Kafa meaning to bend down, to bend or bow down, suggesting the concave shape of the body or the shape of a crown on a king's head. Inside of here, it talks about the palm, how we lift up our hands to pray, how we accept all things into our hands. Spiritually speaking, it is the giving over of wisdom and knowledge and salvation to us, and we accept it by just reaching out our hand, by simply taking it. It is the open hand. It is the palm. There was another place in here where it was talking about when you bless children, you bless them with an open palm. Similarly to Jacob and Esau. It was Abraham, was it? Isaac, I want to say. Oh my, that's terrible. The father of Jacob and Esau. Who was that? Come on now. I should know this. It's got to be Isaac. Unreal. Yes. Abraham begat Isaac. Isaac begat Jacob. There you go. Holy smokes. Boy, that one was bad. Anyways, when he blessed him, he reached his hand down to touch the child's head. Oh, goodness. Yeah, man. I got a lot of other stuff on my mind, man. I am so sorry. It's, we're supposed to be getting a thunderstorm today, and I'm worried about the basement, of course. We went out and tried to check the gutters in the back because we think it's where all the water's coming from, and our gutters in the back are terrible. I didn't think they were that bad, but they're pretty bad. There's water does not run down the gutters; it collects in the middle because the gutter itself has like bent out and down. So we have to fix the whole thing. We couldn't do it yesterday, but water water it doesn't flow out of the gutters. It just collects there. So that's just another thing. Just another thing. But I'm also worried about, water getting into everything, and that is not for me to sit here and bitch and moan about my problems. But yeah, let's read through this. It's the word is palm. It's to accept. It's to contain something in the palm. It's to bless. It's to give and receive. Okay. So, starting from the top of this, KAF. My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. Mine eyes fall for thy word. Oh, sorry. Let me try that one again. I still never got into get new glasses. Mine eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me? For I am become like a bottle in the smoke. Yet do I not forget thy statutes. How many are the days of thy servant? When wilt thou execute judgment on them that persecute me? The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. Quicken me after thy loving kindness, so shall I keep the testimony of thy mouth. And again, it's give your holy judgments unto me. Give me your commandments. Give me what was in what was in your precepts. Give to me that comfort, because everyone else has taken from me so many times, and I have kept your word. I have kept your commandments, and I ask that you please help me. It is an asking. I have my palms open to you, Father. Please help me with this. So of course, just like everything else, when you're reading the Bible and you just jump right over a word and you don't even think about it, and one word stuck out to me big time. Can you guess what it was? Okay. It was line 83, verse 83. Line 83, you hear me? Verse 83, for I am become like a bottle in the smoke, yet do I not forget thy statutes. Now, I could go through this entire Mandela effect, why are there bottles in the Bible, the whole thing. I could do that. Supposedly the word bottle was invented in the 1400s, and we talk about wineskins and don't put new wine in old wineskins, but for some reason it now says bottles, which sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, and I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not going to get into that entire thing of, I haven't seen or heard any of that stuff in so long that I couldn't even remotely fathom to get into half of it. But every time I see the word bottle in the Bible, I'm like, man, it just seems weird. Because I'm one of those that remembers. We used to talk about wineskins, but they used to. I went to Sunday school. I think I talked about this before. I went to Sunday school. The only way that I could get to stay over at my friend's house was that on Sunday morning I had to go to church with him. So we were there. We talked about the lion and the lamb, and we talked about the, wineskins. And I've heard this stuff. This is stuff that I've heard. This is stuff that I've read. That it's just things. And for it to be completely opposite of what it was, not really completely opposite, but for that word to be substituted in, it just seems odd and peculiar to me. And again, that's just, what do you expect? It's when your brain is set on one thing, and then you really take a look at it and you find out that, how have we been skimming over this our entire life? It really, it kind of hurts you, it kind of makes you question reality. I don't know if part of the reason why I cracked down on the floor of my basement in the old house, and I prayed to God to save me from this nonsense, because I could not understand what was going on, was that one of the phrases that I'd used my entire life. It's another fine mess you've gotten us into. It's not that way anymore. And that broke me. I used to say that to my friends all the time. And yet, that's not there, I mean, it is there. It's one of those interesting things that, it was an old Laurel and Hardy bit. I used to love Laurel and Hardy. I used to love Three Stooges. I used to watch those all the time. They used to come on Saturday mornings on like PBS. We only got like 3 channels back in the day. Well, 4 channels, 3.5 channels. Anyways, but Saturday morning cartoons, it consisted of Fox, because that was the channel that came in the best, and PBS. That was my Saturday morning. And I'd get to watch, like I said, Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy. That used to be my show, and that was one thing that they said. It's another fine mess you've gotten us into, but it just wasn't there. And there's the movie is literally named. It's another fine mess, but he doesn't even say it in the movie. He only says it one time through the entire history of Laurel and Hardy, and it's not even in the movie of the same name. He says something different, and it broke me in half. But it was part of it. It was layering on top of layering of other stuff, and it was just one of those points where it was just like, But then this stuff, again, Bottle's just so weird. Some people have no problem with it, and I get that, I mean, it's just one of those words. It doesn't sound right. It's like whenever you're talking about, when somebody's talking about their stuff. Seriously. KJV, stuff in the Bible. Genesis 31:37. This is in the KJV. Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff, what hast thou found of all thy household stuff? What? It's one of those things. Ezekiel 12:7. And I did so as I was commanded. I brought forth my stuff by day as stuff from my captivity. Because stuff. I mean, just really. Genesis 45:20. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. Exodus 36:7. For the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to. What is this? I mean, you give it enough time, and it's like, and Jesus brought all his stuff into Jerusalem. I mean, it's one of those kinds of things, where it's just like, what is this? What is this? What are these words now that are just like apparently have always been there, but we have just skimmed over our entire lives, and we've just managed to just let it go. Yeah. So I mean, it's like it's like Captain Kirk never said "Beam me up, Scotty" ever in the entirety of the old shows. Never once said "Beam me up, Scotty." Never. I should know. I watched every single second of those shows. Never saw it once. That's a fact. What does that mean? What's going on there? There's a lot of people want to talk about CERN. A lot of people want to talk about, alternate things. And I'm not going to get into that stuff. We're not here for that. That's a totally different thing for a totally different show. But that gets heavy, man. That stuff gets heavy. And it kind of weighs on you. And you're just like, it's almost like a revelation of some kind of method somewhere, a revelation of something that God gave to us a couple years back. I mean, it's very strange how that stuff came right on the heels of Flat Earth. It was, it was like, oh, hey, the Earth may not be what we think it is, to, oh, wow, the Earth is flat. And then it's like 2 seconds later, it's like, dude, Mandela effect, there was like 3 years there where it was just all at once. And it just kind of just blew up, exploded. And from like 2014, 2015, 2017, it was like that hole, and it just kept coming, and there was more and more stuff that kept coming out, and then it was like all the sensors clicked all at once. Every sensor clicked, and it's YouTube started shutting it down, and Wikipedia started shutting it down, and we can't even talk about this kind of stuff anymore. We could talk about these weird, crazy aliens coming down and having sex with cows and making these weird, crazy mutant cow zombie things that are roaming the countryside. Yet we can't talk about crazy stuff like this. What? You can have people making videos on YouTube about cartoon characters running off and doing the most evil, despicable things possible, that have very suggestive sexual connotations in them. But we can't talk about just, we can't have the conversation. We can't even have the conversation. Now they call it harmful information. I should know. I got slapped by Facebook yesterday. I can't post for 24 hours on Facebook because I posted harmful information that could be harmful. That, But yeah, no, it was like God decided to bring his people back, decided to open everybody's eyes all at once, and we got flooded with so much stuff all at once. And then this world, the evil of this world, shut it down all at once. And we were just left sitting there like, what the heck? And then, of course, 2 years ago happened, and you can kind of see, you can just kind of see what's going on here. It just kind of blossomed out of control, and I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I really don't, because it gets to you. It kind of, I know I've talked about this before. It just kind of, it can overwhelm you, overpower you, and all you can do is ask God to take that away from you. At the same time, though, you're just like, let me see more. Let me see what's really going on here. And, we have yet to really see we have yet to really see the man behind the curtain, but it's getting to that point to where, the revelation of everything is trying to come out. It's really trying to come out, and there's people that really, really want to have some kind of hope, but this world is pushing back so hard that it's not letting us have these conversations. And it's painful, man. It's really painful to try to get anyone to even just listen, Anyways, let's go back through this. Let's start back up at the top. My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. Mine eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me? Which is definitely something that we could all use, is comfort. It feels like, especially for the past year, it's been nonstop. I have not felt like I have had a chance to really stop and feel at ease with anything. It just feels like I have been tensed up in a ball almost every day. There's been days where I've been happy and I've been able to, release, but I've always had something on the back of my mind, and it's just, I want that to stop. I want to quit having to have something on the back of my mind. I really don't want this. It's stress, and I am over it. For I am become like a bottle, like a bottle skin in the smoke. Yet do I not forget thy statutes. For I have become like a bottle in the smoke. Did I already dump it? I already got rid of that website. I can always go back to it, though. So I never said what bottle was. I never said what bottle was. I talked about it. For I have become like a bottle, which, skin bottle. It's a container. In the smoke, thick smoke. I have become a bottle in the smoke. I've become a bottle in the smoke. Okay. Yet do I not forget thy statutes. How many are the days of thy servant? When wilt thou execute judgment on them that persecute me? And here we go once again. The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. The proud, those that persecute me, the people of this world, the prideful, the ones that refuse to listen, refuse to acknowledge truth, because they choose to live in their own unrighteousness. The proud, the prideful, the vain ones, vanity, all over. Every single. Well, has it been every single? I don't know. I don't want to go back and look at every, because that's 119 plus 119 plus videos. Has it been every single psalm where we've talked about this? It's only been recently within Psalm 119 where they've just started calling them the proud, where they've started just saying it straight out, the proud, the prideful, those that boast. Has it been every single psalm? It's crazy, and it's again, it's you can look at it in modern terms, and it's right there in front of your face. The proud, the prideful, the ones that tell you to be proud of who you are, the ones that tell you to have pride in yourselves, the ones that push that narrative that you yourself are better than anything else in this world, that you cannot fail, you are strong, you are wise, you are what you are, you can be whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to do because nothing matters. The proud have digged pits for me. They are openly trying to hurt me at this point because I am different than they are. That's what this is saying. The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. They are trying to trap me, throw me into pits, throw me into situations, throw me into understandings that do not follow your word. And they are willingly doing this because they are just trying to hurt me because they don't care anymore. That's exactly what this is saying. And that's exactly what's going on in the world right now. Some may say it's always been like that, but it's not always been like that. There were times where I felt a pushback on being prideful, on living the way you want to live, on just going out and doing what thou wilt. There was a sense of you just don't do this stuff. We still have standards. We still have some kind of standards to where you just don't go out and you just don't, act like a fool and do whatever you want to do. And, you can't just throw this stuff around all the time. Now, those standards have dropped. And you get those people that just it's whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, and damn anybody tells you otherwise. They say right now it's cloud. I'm looking at the weather because it sounds like rain, but I know it's not raining because they say it's not supposed to start until later. But it just sounds like rain right now. So I'm just checking. Because again, it's rain's coming and it's going to get in the house and I got to figure out a way to stop it. Anyways, as far as the proud is concerned, if you ever want to point people to a place where, again, it not only does it give you a degree of pointing out the way that people are and why people are the way people are, but also trying to give you that comfort in God, trying to give you that hope and that strength to push forward. Read the Psalms. That's why we started this. That's why we started these videos. It's because they gave me strength at a time whenever I really needed it, and I wanted to pass this on to somebody else. That's they cover two things. They cover, not trusting anybody because you can see that there are people out there that are willingly trying to hurt you just for the sake of trying to hurt you because you think differently than they do. And it's giving you that hope to be able to get through it, to put it in God's hands and let him help you. Open your hand. Accept it. Which is what the word means today, KAF. So it all kind of works around. It all kind of works around. The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. I'd be posting this stuff to Facebook, but like I said, I got banned for 24 hours. So I'm probably gonna get rebanned because I'm gonna repost the same thing. I don't care. Facebook has started this war, and I'm gonna keep popping them off until they kick me off the platform. I don't care. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. They persecute me wrongfully. Yes, they do. They persecute me wrongfully. You can't even have the conversation anymore. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. Quicken me after thy loving kindness, so shall I keep the testimony of thy mouth. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. And it's the more that I kept your word, the more that I kept your laws, the more that I kept to what you wanted me to do, the more they hurt me, the more they punished me, the more they digged the pits for me, the more they pushed back on me. And I will tell you what, that is exactly what has happened to me in my life. I have already said I don't have any more friends. The ones that stuck around after I left the town I was in, once they started seeing that my life was changing in better ways, they started pushing back on it. They started saying, I can't believe you're believing this nonsense. Oh, you can't go into that. You should know better than this. That's not real. That's not going to help you. There's nothing there that's going to help you. And as much as I tried to help other people, they said, no, it's not for me. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. And, it just, you could see them shut down. And I lost so many friends because of that. And now it's family. Now my family is going out of their way to tell me that they don't want to hear what I'm saying anymore. Not only do they not want to hear it, they want to be willfully ignorant about it. Some of them just do not understand, and whenever I try to explain it to them, they shut down. You can see them shut down, or they get that blank expression across their face where it's like they just can't process it. It's like their internal memory is, it's like their eyes glaze over. I've seen it. I've literally seen it. I've seen it happen. They blank out. They're not there anymore until you start talking about something else. You start talking the truth. You start talking about God. You start talking about faith. You start talking about any of this other kind of stuff, and they will just blank. And it's like this veil of blackness just comes over them. And there are times, there have been times where it has been gnashing of teeth. I did not understand what gnashing of teeth meant until I came to the Word. Until I came to Christ, I didn't understand what that meant. And they will get brutal. What does this mean? I don't understand this. Don't understand this at all. What are you, in a cult? Not a cult. Just don't understand it. Why would you want to stop celebrating Christmas? Because it's a pagan ritual. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm not doing. But you're hurting me. You're making... So? This is not about you. This is about me. I would love to make it about you. I'd love to be able to talk to you about it, but every time I do, you just glaze over. There's nothing there. And then they want to come back and say, well, I understand what you're trying to do here, but I just want you to. Why can't you just go ahead and celebrate it for the sake of celebrating it? Because God tells me not to. I don't want to. I don't want to do the things of this world anymore, because this world holds nothing for me. Not anymore. At this point, the best I can try to do is to help other people on their journey, to help other people see it, and if I can save one person, if I can just save one person, if I can help one person pull through, if that person can be touched by any one thing that I can say, and if they can take that one thing that I say and take it to yet another person somewhere along the line, and if they can save that person, or just if I could tell somebody that would just give them that thing, whatever it is, that they can take and help somebody else. That's all I want. Just one person. I could lose all of my salvation tomorrow, but as long as I know that I helped that one person get through, I will be okay. I will be fine. But I can't follow this world anymore. And gnashing of teeth, just brutally against it. And you just... What hurts most whenever it's family is that you grow up with these people and you think that these people throughout your entire life have some kind of mentality to where they would be willing to at least listen, but you kind of tell them, look, this isn't what I'm doing anymore. This what I'm finding out now seems like legitimate stuff. Just because you have 20, 30 years over me doesn't mean that you haven't been fed the same lies I've been fed. So there's an extreme difference here, that I'm willing to look past the lies that they've given us and see that there's something under the surface. There's something under the surface. There's reasons why not only do they lie to us, but why they have manipulated us to this point, to where all they want us to do is believe the lies and nothing but the lies. And on top of, what do you want to believe the lies? If someone has lied to you and you know they've lied to you, do you want to keep living like that? I don't. I don't want to keep living in a lie. I want the truth. It boggles my mind. It blows my mind. It's just a... It is this nightmare scenario. One of the things I said whenever I first asked God to save me was, one of the first things I said is, why would I pick now? Of all times. why would I pick now when it seemed like Christianity was being condemned, heavily condemned? We're talking about, 2017, 2018, where everybody was getting so vocal about hating Christians, especially the worst kind. The ones that are going out there and protesting, and the ones that used to go out there with the signs and saying everybody's going to hell and all this other kind of stuff. And there was a lot of that back then, if you remember that. 2016, 2017, there was a lot of it where they're going out saying everybody's going to go to hell, um and just making everything look bad. And for a long time there, it was like, if you even remotely believed in God, and if you didn't want to follow the status quo of doing as thou wilt, if you didn't have pride in yourself, you were being condemned. There were a lot of reports that came out back then that different countries, they were really cracking down on anyone that even had a Bible. I was hearing a lot of different things at the time, and I said, why would I pick now of all times to do this? Because I got chosen. I don't know why, but God the Father chose to break my mind in half at the time, and he promised me that he would put me back together as long as I followed what he wanted me to do. And even then, a lot of the people that I knew didn't understand that. They didn't understand why I would still want to, be a part of that. Why I had just suddenly, within 1 year, actually 2 years, within 2 years, just everything that I believed in, everything that I did, everything that I knew, I just tossed away. I said, I can't live like this anymore. And they didn't understand that. They couldn't believe that I could make a turn so fast. And that's the power of the truth. That's the power of the Word of God. That's how it works. And I'm still not perfect. I admit that 100%. But man, something happened. Something happened. Make me want to change. Why would I choose now of all times when it seems like everybody's following evil? Just decide, because I'll tell you what, my old self would be loving this. What's going on right now? With the amount of despicable nonsense that's out there. And I don't want to go into too much details. But I would. My old self. My old 20-something, 30-something year old self would be reveling in the evil that's happening out there right now. And that, I think that scares me more than anything else, is that's where I came from. And, I can look back and think, oh my God, that's the kind of person I was. Oy, that's crazy. But, that's the change. That's the turn. That's what happens. So, it is time for me to log in, because you know how this works. I don't have to stop recording just yet, but I do have to log in. So let me pull up. No, we go over the letters. No, not that. Get out of there. That was all my videos. that was like every video for the past, I don't know how long those were. Those were all my videos. KAF. 11th letter of the Hebrew alphabet is KAF, sound of K. It goes down a little bit, and like I said, gematria is 20. Pictograph, what did they say the pictograph looks like? The pictograph of KAF looks like a palm of a hand. It's got 4 fingers, looks like a palm of a hand. Whereas a classical Hebrew script is constructed of a bent line that appears like a crown on the head of a prostrating king. Okay. I don't know. I guess they were talking about the line being it looks like a man bending over and praying. It's they talk about the how the lines themselves are bent, how they can bend, how the lines themselves can submit to other lines. Oh, this stupid VPN. All right, so it gets into Jewish mysticism. Then they start talking about this nonsense, this hand thing. Yeah, I know. I want to connect. Where's the... Oh my goodness. There was a Windows 10 update that happened several months back that absolutely destroyed the way that we use our computers. Everything used to be fine and dandy until that update came, and nothing works right anymore. Especially my work computer, because for some reason we needed an update that would break everything. A little nose blowing action for you. But yeah, Windows Update just destroyed everything. It used to work so well, and then it was like, no, we're going to update it, and we're going to screw everybody over. So now everything, whenever I log into the computer, it tries to log in all at once. And some of the things that used to just stay on constantly don't anymore, and other things stack on top of each other. And it's a nightmare to log in sometimes. But anyways, they're talking about this, I don't even know why they brought this up. This Chamsa hand from Chames 5, therefore not directly related to KAF, is a Jewish amulet symbolizing the Creator's protective hand. Do not listen to this stuff. That was thought to protect from the evil eye. Chamsa is generally regarded as a superstitious article, not associated with Jewish mysticism, that is sometimes called the Hand of Miriam. Now, why would they put that in there? Since it is a superstitious article, and it does not need to be in there, why does it need to be in there? Well, this website is probably not perfect. I already said that. It's probably not perfect. This was just like the first one that popped up in Google, and I'm sure that it probably has some kind of weirdness going on in the background that, I mean, especially whenever it talks about the letters and it wants to, sneak in, Jewish mysticism and all that kind of stuff. You're just kind of like, You know, so I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not going to say anything about anything. I saw that, and the first thing I thought was, yeah, we don't follow that stuff, man. That's you get into some crazy stuff. You really start getting into where where Judaism has gone, as compared to what it used to be, as compared to the Torah. Yeah, it's. But then again, Christ, he told us about this. He said that this stuff was happening. Um, that they were perverting the law. So, anyways, all right. So now that I have the computer up, we still got some time. But yeah, the word KAF means palm of the hand. We already went through this. And then it starts getting into some stuff about crowns. I read through some of this, and none of this really seems to have to do with anything we're talking about. The one thing that was in here, though, was because of the way that the word is used grammatically. When prefixed to a word, KAF means like or as. For example, we prefix KAF to Melech, which is king, to obtain Kamelech, like a king. Now the letter KAF resembles the letter Beit, which we did a couple videos back, which we understand to be a picture of the Messiah Jesus. When we prefix ourselves to the Lord Jesus, we will be conformed to his image and resemble him, just as the KAF resembles the Beit. Since KAF pictures the palm of our hands, we will moreover resemble Jesus in our work and our sacrifice to others. So there you go. And then there was other stuff. It was talking about places where the KAF was used. Just different things. Not much to it, not like some of the other ones where it was really, hammering home the meaning of the word. Sometimes you get some good ones, sometimes you don't. So, all right. But that was that. So, other than that, I don't really have much else. Like I said, I got kicked off of Facebook. my perpetual war against Facebook, and it's not even against a human. It's just me fighting against a computer. It's literally all it is. It's like the video that I had pulled off of YouTube way back in it was 2021. I don't remember exactly when it was, but they pulled a video of mine saying that I was releasing bad information, medical misinformation. And so they pulled the video. And I don't even remember talking about it in that video, but I was like, I'm not going to go back through the video and worry about it. I'm just going to pull it, just be done with it. But this feels like that. this feels like I was thinking, what has happened to me over the past 2 years? I've had 2 strikes, actually. Have I had 2 strikes? I had 2 strikes on videos. One of them I appealed and it got put back on. The other one I appealed and they just kept it off. I don't even remember what I said because I won't go back to the video. Facebook actually tells me that I have had 5 different occurrences within the past 2 years. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious that I've had 5 occurrences within the past 2 years. Some of them I appealed, and they put back on there, and other ones I didn't appeal, and they put back on there, and it was fine. And I was like, okay. Some of them they just straight removed. I know they're removing stuff. That's I was waiting for specific memories to come back down on Facebook that happened a year ago, and I have not seen them. I have not seen pictures, images I have posted. They took all the videos off, so the videos are gone. But I was like meme central for the entire year of 2021. I double posting between Twitter and Facebook, more on Twitter than anything else. But I have not seen any of them. They're just straight pulling them. It's kind of like, well, why would you even worry about telling me that I have a strike when you can just pull it? What the hell is that all about? So anyways, they're telling me that I can't post or comment for 24 hours. Now it says 7 hours because it was, however many hours ago. I can't take part in any groups for 2 days. Oh, what a crime. What's the one that I really wanted to, and it sucked so much that somebody got on to one of the local groups for the city that we're in and was talking about it posted a thing. It said you can talk about a what was it, like a, she said something about you can talk about a 12-year-old virgin married to a 30-year-old man giving birth to Jesus Christ, but you can't talk about wanting to teach your kids about having sex whenever they're 8 or something like that. And I was like, whoa. That is, for starters, that is the most ridiculous crap I've ever heard in my life. Not only that, but just the way that they followed it up was just sickening. But that was something I just wanted to get on there and say, really? For starters, you don't even know anything. That's Satan talking to you right there, because there is nothing in the Bible that said anything about Mary being 12 years old. Sorry about that one. But there's nothing about her being 12 years old. There's nothing about Joseph being 30 or more. The only thing you have that even says that are traditions, and they're Catholic. So you can take that as you will. Actually, if you want to know the truth, you go and you look at Hebrew traditions of marriage, and most Hebrew traditions of marriage said that people got married or started their relationships when they were teenagers, 16 to 18, not 12. That's like that nonsense when they talk about they talk about Jacob and his first wife, and supposedly she was 12 whenever he found her out by the well. It's like, where does it say that exactly? It does not say that. You can find that by supposedly looking through the timeline and saying, oh, well, this person was born here, this person was born there. That means that she was 12 at the time. But that's not even real. That's not even how that works. So there's no way that, some 20-something-year-old man is going to go out and, especially not like that. Come on. I'm sure somebody could probably say, well, no, you see, well, it says in the, like, really? You're going to fall for this nonsense? So no, there is nothing that says that. Secondly, if you think it's okay to start teaching children that how to have sex and all that kind of stuff whenever they're that young, you're the problem. You are definitely the problem. Do not even start that nonsense. That's sick. Just people, man. It's just the way people act sometimes. Just disgusting. But of course, that's like I said, that's what happened, and I can't say anything about it because I'm banned off of Facebook for a couple days, or a day. So it is what it is. So I had to leave it there, and I'm probably not going to be able to find it later. But anyways, I can't take part in any groups for 2 days. Your group posts will be moved lower in the feed for 29 days. So they are actually telling me 100% we are going to be shadow banning you. Straight to my face, they're saying this. We will move your group post down the feed for 29 days. And, are you ready for this one? They're telling me to my face that I will be shadow banned. Your posts will be moved lower in the news feed for at least 90 days. 90 days. My posts will be moved lower in people's news feeds. That means that they are willingly taking my voice away. And we can go into the whole, well, it's their website, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's free speech. That's fine. I understand that 100%. I'm not saying it's wrong. I said something that apparently went against their guidelines. I don't think it's right. I absolutely don't think it's right. But what am I supposed to do? I'm not fighting this monster. They are telling you to your face, you're going to be shadow banned, and you're going to take it. You're going to take it right up to the balls. I know that's disgusting, but it's the truth. You're going to take the whole thing, and you're going to like it. And if you don't like it, well, tough crap, because we don't care, because we make the rules, arbitrary rules that somebody else told us to make, because you decided that you wanted to go out and spread quote unquote medical misinformation. And like I said, it's been repeated. It's repeatedly. You repeatedly shared false information. Which I think the first one was a Bill Gates thing. What was the second one? Man, I wish I could go back and check these. One of them was for Carrie Mullis, which I did not know that one got hit. That means that they are actually pulling these down by independent fact checkers. Yeah, right. But that's exactly what he said. It was a post about, literally a quote from Carrie Mullis talking about PCR tests. But, whatever. Real information does not matter. There was another one that they got onto me about that I do remember. Independent fact checkers, quote unquote, talking about whenever Biden was handing out crack pipes. And everybody was like, "Oh no, he's not handing out crack pipes. That's not real." And it was like they were smoking kits. I think we talked about this. Smoking kits, and inside of the smoking kit is literally a pipe, a glass pipe, and a screen, and a booklet on how to safely smoke crack. I'm not kidding. This is real stuff. It's a smoking kit. It's a crack pipe. And everyone's like, "Oh no, he's not handing out crack pipes." Yes, he is. That's glass pipe. That's inside of these safe smoking kits. It's a glass pipe. What the hell else are you going to call it? Safe smoking kits. But they got that one too. Independent fact checkers. And then the latest one, it says this post repeats false information about the cove that goes against our community standards. Y'all want to know what it says? I'll say it. And I'll probably get banned for it. I am more scared of losing my YouTube channel than I am of losing Facebook. But I think it's interesting that I said this a year ago. I probably said it more than a year ago. And they had no problem saying it then. But because I repeated the memory a couple days ago, yesterday as a matter of fact, because I repeated the memory 20 hours ago, that they decided to get it this time. But I said, there is no pandemic, only your fear of numbers. That is literally all I said. And that was what tipped them off. That, in their opinion, is medical information. Misinformation. The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. I gotta change that, which are not after thy truth. The proud. So anyways, that's where I am now. And what do you do, man? You know, keep soldiering on, I guess. It's like I said, just saying that out loud might get my YouTube channel pulled down. I've already had one video pulled. I gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep pushing until they completely stifle my voice, and then once they do that, I gotta figure out another way to do it. You know, this is completely absurd. It's absolutely completely absurd. We cannot even have the conversation about it. I mean, that's a conversation starter right there, but we can't have that conversation because they have arbitrarily said this is why. Oh, there's a couple other ones here too. So why do they have there was one from July 8th of 2021 that said me knowing it was a hoax at the beginning and me still knowing it's a hoax, and it's the Leonardo DiCaprio. No, that's good stuff. Is that that's that. So there's because there's 4 different ones. So they decided that they were going to pull my entire history, my entire account history, to be able to. Man, I wish I could see those pictures to see what they said. You shared this on your profile November 29th of 2021, but it doesn't have the pictures. It removed the pictures, but it says the false info. He said it was just not in layman's terms. He said it just not in layman's terms. So I think that was, oh man, I cannot remember what that one was about. Probably some political thing. I don't know. There's another one on December 9th of 2021. Apparently there was more than a couple photos. The fact check on the 4th photo with 0 information on it, besides some dude getting shot in his arm while something, but that's gone too, so I cannot check what that is. Then the next one was January 25th, 2022, and I said, look this man up, and it was a picture of Kerry Mullis, and it was an exact quote, a direct quote from him, saying anyone could test positive for practically anything with a PCR test. If you run it long enough with a PCR test, if you do it well, you can find almost anything in anybody. It doesn't tell you that you're sick. That was a direct quote. This man invented the PCR test. That's a direct quote. I watched the video to make sure that quote was real before I posted it. And I said, look this man up, and they pulled it. I don't know why they pulled it. This post contains information that independent fact checkers said was false. I don't know why, because they will not let me see what the independent fact check is. I'd have to go back through my feed to find out. And then, like I said, there was the crack pipes, and then this is where you live now. This is where you live now. What are we gonna do about it? Somebody gotta give me an answer. Somebody's got to do something about it, because I'm trying to fight water coming into my basement, and I trying to do my 9 hours of work a day so I can get that overtime money so that we can help afford to pay for the house. I just don't know what to do anymore. Pray to God. Trust in Him. Unbelievable. So we're already 10 minutes over work time, which is okay, because what I'm doing today is long and hard work, so it's not like it's the kind of work that I don't have to go so fast on. Let's put it that way. So thank you guys for coming around and listening. I will see you all later. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that we would be here. But we are. And it's not getting any better. So we got to figure out what to do. We got to figure out what to do, man. Because we're past the point of being able to assume that we're going to be able to keep living like this. Free. So I don't know. If somebody's got options, let me know. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.